How's it going, everyone? Chris here, of course, from Heavy Metal Diecast Video Reviews. We've got another one here from Corgi in 1/72 scale diecast. Now, at the time of recording, this is pretty damn new. I only just got this a couple of days ago myself. So we have ourselves a Martin B-26C Marauder here from the United States Army Air Force's 320th Bombardment Group's 444th Bombardment Squadron. We have ourselves Miss Arkansas, piloted by Leo Lampman and crew in Sardinia in 1944. Now, the 444th Bombardment Squadron was created during World War II in 1942 and was inactivated in December of 1945. Now, flying the B-26 Marauder the whole war, they would fly combat missions in both the Mediterranean and European theatres. Now, let's have a little look. We do have the usual collector card. I have snuck the box open while I'm talking, as you can see. Now, there was a limited run of 1,025, so if you like what you see, of course, get on those interwebs and buy. All right, let's have a little look. Now, we should be able to just rip this open with any luck. All right, let's go. Come on. Oh, nice, very nice. So we do have, okay, we've got a stand. So that is plastic. This is nice metal, so that goes together nicely. You do have a sort of a cradle sort of stand like this. Okay. Oh, I don't know which is back to front yet, because there is a little notch there. So we will soon find out that. Now, of course, you do get, a baggie that does have, what's that? It looks to be gear bay doors, I am assuming, or some sort of doors of some sort of type. There is no instructions that I can see, so we're going to be winging it. All right. And, of course, you do have your landing gear options for wheels down, which they do look really well done as well. And, of course, let's see if we can get our hands on this. Now, I missed out on the first release, so I think this is the second release, if I recall correctly. And they are nice and easy to get out. Just got to pop those little blister bits in, grab this in a spot where you won't break it. It does feel reasonably weighty. We'll move that out of the way and we'll have a little close look at this before we chuck any of the landing gear options on. We'll zoom in for you so you can actually see some of these beautiful Corgi details. So it is in an all silver finish, I suppose, to simulate the bare metal finish, I'm assuming. All right, let's test the propeller. As I say, the newer Corgi ones, they do need some oil, because they do not spin as good as they used to. There is a little bit of engine detail in there as well, and some prop detail. Oh, that looks great. It's got a shark's mouth and a pin-up girl on there. Oh, this is the best one you can get, isn't it? This does look fantastic. There is some great details on there. Yeah, you'll definitely be really happy with one of these, I reckon. But as I say, everyone's fuss levels are different. So the turret does move. The guns, the MGs themselves don't feel like they want to move up and down, like no elevation or anything. But the turret does spin without any drama. Of course, with Corgi models, there is usually always crew members in there, and they do look nicely detailed in there as well. I mean, they've got different coloured pants and jackets, the life jacket, helmets and everything like that. That looks fantastic. You do have a little guy in the nose manning that MG. And that artwork is on both sides too, so that looks great. You do have fuselage mounted MGs as well. Very nice. So there is some great detail under there. That looks great. Yep, very, very nice. Now, by the looks of that, you can actually take that out. So that will be interesting to check out as well. The rear MGs move up and down as well. Well, it's pretty much set up for, well, in flight. It is. This is pretty much you pull it out of the box and you are ready to display it. So let's do that. Now, that means going by the hole there. I'm assuming that's the hole on this stand. So we need to put that in that spot and stick it in that hole so the cradle will cradle. And that is how it does sit on the stand. We'll zoom out a fraction so you can actually see. And that is your beautiful Marauder on the stand. It looks absolutely stunning. You'll be pretty damn stoked about getting one of these for sure. Yep, this does look great. Definitely another fine Corgi release right here. I'm pretty happy with it. Yep, very nice. But I do want to see this gear down, so we'll quickly chuck this sim gear down and we'll see what it weighs. Alright, I figure since this is our first Marauder, let's see how difficult this will be to set up. Alright, let us, I'm assuming we should put our gear bay doors in first, or let's try and put this in. Now the landing gear options themselves, their main shaft here is metal, but their little two rods that stick out are plastic, so that is a little bit unusual. Normally they make it all out of metal, because a lot of the bigger bombers have it all metal, and that's can really carry the weight. So that wasn't too difficult, I suppose, which is good. That is a good sign. But I might actually try and put the wheels in first. It'll give me some room for my sausage fingers, of course. That should be like that. That is. Yep, that looks like it fits nicely. Got to push them in. See, the thing is, you can't push them in too hard now because you feel those plastic bits might be a bit fragile. The gear bay doors go in very easily, so I'm a little bit worried about that because they may drop off. But we won't know until we try and turn it upside down. Let's see if this does open. Yes, it does. Phew. We are having some good luck, I reckon. All right, let's see. I shouldn't say that, because as soon as you say something like that, that's when bad luck happens, doesn't it? Now, I'm assuming that is really hard to... It's kind of hard to do with the camera as well. Let us have a little look. I'm trying to do it as quick as I can too, because I don't want to bore you guys. But I'd like to try it on camera as well, at least to show you, because you don't get any instructions with it. So unless you know the aircraft, you may have issues with trying to put things in the right spot, like you might put the wheels in the wrong direction, because that is easy to do, I suppose. I think I've got everything correct. Let's test the turning over part. Oh, that's all right. And you can open the bomb bay because you do get these doors, so we'll just whip that open. Oh, fuck. Well, that just broke. That is stuck. Fuck me. Really? Brand new model. This is stuck fast. So you can open this. It doesn't open as good as the gear bay doors. Oh, fuck me. That kind of pisses me off. A little bit annoying with the setup this has, because that is jammed in there freaking tight like a toy gun. Even if I was able to get some leverage from there, it still wouldn't. Alright, I'm going to put this on pause and get it out another way without boring you. I'll be right back. Alright, far out. Hey, if any of you have one of these and you had as much trouble getting the door open as I did, feel free to drop a comment in below. I just ripped my fingers apart trying to get that off. I eventually got it out. Boy, oh boy, that is one bad... well, I don't know if it's going to be like that for everything, but, well, of course for me, it did not want to come out at all. It took me about 25 minutes to actually finally get it out, with as little damage to my model as possible. There is some now scratches, but at least those scratches are hidden by the open gear bay doors. It was just doing my freaking head in though. That is pretty shit. but it does reveal a beautiful bomb load there, which does have some great detail. The details inside the wheel wells are, fairly nice. You do see some screws there. The wheel well in the nose wheel is really nice as well. I think overall it presents nicely. Those ugly screw holes, I suppose, probably the worst thing. You could maybe paint them out silver so they're not as noticeable. You can also have the bomb bay doors open while on the stand, which is good. But this is how it's going to look, though. Gear down. It does look really nice, though. The model itself presents well. If you don't want to open your bomb bay, you'll be fine and happy. But if you do, you may have to prepare for a little bit of a hassle. We'll chuck it on the landing gear and see how this beast sit. What the? How is it tail heavy when all the metal should be in the front? All right, so it doesn't sit on its landing gear either. I guess that's why you get provided with that. So, oh dear. All right, so you just put that at the back, I suppose, and yeah, you chuck that at the back and it sits upright. So if you want to display it on its gear, it's not going to display on its wheels without being assisted because there's not enough weight in the front of the model, which is weird enough because to me, I would have thought it would have been a bit more nose heavy than, well, that's just the way this model is. Yeah, that's a little bit unfortunate, but let's try and put it on the scales. All right, we'll move that out of the way. We'll bring in our scales and see how honest this model is. All right, it's going to be very tippy. 524 grams. Doesn't make any difference when you put your little clear thing on, but that's how it'll sit when you display it gear down. 524 is not too bad for the size of the model. Yeah, no, a little bit, not 100% overjoyed. Yeah, just that fact, the ass heaviness can be a little bit annoying for some, I suppose. It does, yeah, it sort of irks me a little bit. But that issue with my bomb bay, that is a big killer for me. I'm a big fan of ease of assembly or disassembly and stuff like that, more so than the accuracy. I like to be able to, present my models with relative ease and not get angry. But this piece right here was just a nightmare to get off, especially once that broke. I didn't even put any real force on it. I just, tried to pull it off like usual. But yep, my ogre hands just, broke it, I guess. But hey, let me know in the comments if you've broken yours as well. So it could be a common thing. I'm not a big fan of like big things that are stuck in, especially when they're stuck in with 4 points and they've only got tiny little plastic tabs that are your only way of getting them off. So yeah. All right, I'll quit bitching. But overall, look, I think this looks beautiful. I think the livery itself looks fantastic. Looks really nice. I like it. And if you like Marauders, you'll definitely like it as well. All right, everyone, thank you so much for watching. Don't forget, I'll take some photos of that, throw it at the end of the video for those of you that like to check out some close-ups. And of course, feel free to subscribe to the channel if you haven't done that as yet. And don't forget to drop some comments below, as I've mentioned earlier, if you've got something to say about what hit your eyeballs today. And of course, finally, thank you very much for dropping past to check out my video. I really do appreciate everyone that drops by. Thanks for watching, and you all have an awesome sauce rest of your day. Cheers, everyone.